So this is commentary on the second piece written by Carrie Nelson in the Visibility series, By the Way in the Realities of Bisexuality. So, I will say that I was introduced to the documentary after attending the B-side, which, if you're Canadian and you're in Toronto, is a 10-week closed group program exploring bisexuality that's run through the Sherburne Centre. I will post the link in the descriptions. If you are bisexual and are looking for other people to talk about it with for 10 weeks, if you're not sure you're bisexual, if you know people who are bisexual or you love someone who is bisexual, it's a great resource. The people who run it are amazing, and I highly recommend it. So it was one of our things you can watch about bisexuality things. It is, I will say, the only documentary I've seen on bisexuality, and it's possibly the most mainstream one there is. It's even on Netflix if you want to take a look at it. So yeah, we're gonna pause now. So, slight pause. Sorry, I lost track on my notes. So starting to address what Carrie actually does talk about in her piece. Yes, I will agree, it is very young. I'm 30 though, so I'm really not exactly one to judge about how young something is. Granted, there are no sort of older people in the documentary, and it would be good to see older bisexuals of whom I know quite a few. The being read in the binary thing, I get it. It's really, really irritating. It's not this, I love this either or. Yeah, no, but that's me. No, it does not address people of color, I think, in a very fair or realistic way. The only person who is there is a young man who I would say is struggling with his sexuality and dealing with a lot of internalized biphobia, which Carrie spells out, and I quite agree. As for the Dan Savage comment, I love Dan Savage. I will say I listen to the Lovecast. I read his column when I can. Just because I like him doesn't mean I take his words as gospel. He's human, just like the rest of us. His his comments, which have been spoken about before, this time, I meet someone who's 19 years old who tells me he's bisexual, and I'm like, yeah, right, I doubt it. Like, I'll come back when you're 29 and we'll see. I was thrilled when I saw the results of the study at the Northwestern on bisexuality, because it confirmed a lot of what gays and lesbians have always sort of asserted based on their experience, that male bisexuality was rare. Most guys we met who said they were bi were closeted or still in the process of coming out. This isn't something I necessarily agree with. Not necessarily, back up. I don't agree with it at all. It isn't my experience, not with the people I know who are cisgendered male and identify as bisexual. And like I said, it's Dan Savage. He's human. And if you have been a fan for any sort of time, then you also know that he's notoriously squicky about some things, like some kinks. He really hates talking about them and always brings people on, experts to talk about it. It's one of those things. He has not necessarily been a great ally for bisexuals, but he hasn't been horrible. He has not dismissed us completely, which is always a plus. And I think the work that he does in terms of sexual education, for a lot of people who wouldn't take the time to just Google it their own damn selves, is a good thing. In terms of by the way, yes, it's limited. It's but I choose to see it as a beginning, as a starting point. It is better than nothing. If I could get my very biphobic mother to watch it, that would be nice, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Like I said, it's a great way to start. I applaud the makers of the documentary for doing the work that they did, and I think that those of us who feel the need to should go out and try to do more of this work and get it more in the public eye, and for it to be a little more mainstream isn't the word I'm looking for, but more based in reality, a little less young, a little more real.